Last Motzei Shabbat, returning from synagogue, I was playing the catchy song from Yaakov Shweki called Bederech HaMelech. It's a really good one. Have a listen. And then I asked my sons if they knew where the source of these words were from. Bederech HaMelech Nelech. On the way, on the path of the king, we shall go. I explained to them that it came from this week's parasha in two separate places. Once, after the infamous story of Mei Merivah, Moshe wishes to cross the land of Edom and is asking permission from their king. Second, just a few verses later, after the death of Aharon HaKohen, he requests the same permission to cross the land of Sichon, the king of Emori. In both situations, his request was to only take the king's highway. Bederech HaMelech Nelech. His people will not veer to the adjacent lands or take things that won't belong to them. And if they would require food or drink, they will pay for it, like any passerby. But other than that, they will stay traveling on the main interstate. And in both episodes, the kings refused the request, and the Jewish people had to travel around the land and extend their trip. I couldn't help but think that there's a more profound message being taught here. The life of the Jew is to remain on the king's highway, the king being HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Living in a world where we are constantly pulled in many directions of impurity and volatility, the best road traveled is the one where we stay connected to the king. Sidetracking to the left or right comes with risks. It promotes vulnerability and lack of awareness. Moshe wasn't just trying to convince the local king to save some time. He was imparting a message to his own people. If we're going to travel among the nations of the world, we must remain a tight group, clinging only to Hashem. We cannot be swayed in directions that will threaten our spiritual growth or our connection with God. Taking side roads is uncomfortable, it's bumpy, and it's inconvenient. We must stick to the main path that Hashem has set out for us. Maybe this is the reason why the local kings denied the request. Their mission is to get us to sin and to falter. They wish to impose their values and ideals upon us and impress ways of life that are contrary to the ways of Hashem. They would say, certainly you are welcome to pass through our land, but we want you to integrate with our members. We want you to be influenced by our ways of life and our skewered visions. We want you to take the side roads to meet us, to meet the main population. We don't want you to take the main highway so that you'll just pass through. If you're not interested in meeting us, then please go around. Moshe wasn't ready to take that risk, and neither should we. May Hashem give us the strength to remain on the path that He set out for us. The highway is not just the fastest route to our destination, but it's the safest and most desirable. Shabbat Shalom.